Welcome to the Michigan Golfer Show. Join us each week as we explore the people, the places, and the events that shape our great game.
Hi, I'm Jack Berry, and today we are at the Michigan Golf Hall of Fame, being celebrated at the KOCSIS Golf Club here in Big Rapids, Ferris State University, where the Michigan Golf Foundation is going to have our Michigan Golf Hall of Fame here as soon as we get able to dig a hole and and get all the ribbons cut. But tonight we celebrated adding 6 new members to the Michigan Golf Hall of Fame. We have more than 100 in here. We started out with the first 3 were Walter Hagen, Al WATROUS, and Chuck KOCSIS, 3 of the all-time greats, not only in golf, but certainly in the state of Michigan and all of golf. And tonight we're over 100, and tonight we're adding Bob Ackerman, Brian Carnes, Tom Gillis, and 2 ladies, Stacy Slobodnik-Stoll, the Michigan State University golf coach, and Suzy Green Roebuck. She joins her father Pete in the Michigan Golf Hall of Fame. Well, this is the year of 2017, and our 6th honoree this year is unable to be here. That was Alex Ross, who was born in Dornoch, along with his brother Donald. And Alex came over from Scotland, was the first golf professional at Detroit Golf Club for 31 years, was the first president of the Michigan section of the PGA, and won some of the top tournaments of the time. So the Golf Hall of Fame, as we say, has been going a long time, and it's here at Ferris State, which is the home of the PGA's Professional Golf Management Program. It's the first one in the United States, and there are about 35 or more around the country, and this is the best. Started here where students go for their 4 years, and they spend half the year in school here learning business courses and so forth, and the other half they spend out on the road someplace, kind of in effect like interning at different wonderful golf clubs. And then they come back here to Ferris, and we have graduates of that program are all over the United States and all of the golf clubs. You see a golf professional where you go to school, Ferris State, and that's. We're happy that the Michigan Golf Hall of Fame is able to link in with them and be cited here. Also very pleased to welcome the Ken JANKE Sr. family. Ken was he's responsible along with Stan Aldridge at Indianwood Golf and Country Club and forming the Michigan Golf Hall of Fame. Stan wanted to know how he could kind of publicize his new course, and when he took it over, and Jim Dooling says, well, let's talk to Jim Dooling from the PGA. He says, well, let's bring in Ken JANKE, who is a real golf collector, addict, and loves the game, and he might have some ideas. And Ken's idea was Michigan Golf Hall of Fame. And then I was fortunate to be in on that the first group that picked the first 3 members of the Golf Hall of Fame: Walter Hagen, Chuck KOCSIS, the greatest amateur ever in Michigan; Al WATROUS, the longtime wonderful professional at Oakland Hills Country Club. And the JANKE family now has made a significant contribution to the Michigan Golf Foundation that will help do the bricks and mortar for the work so we'll be able to display all of the wonderful mementos that we have from all of the members of the Golf Hall of Fame. And now we have Suzy Green Roebuck entering the Michigan Golf Hall of Fame today, and it's kind of a familiar place since her dad was here a while ago, Pete Green. And we've been talking to different honorees today, and almost everybody got started in golf with their parents.
Absolutely. Both my parents played a lot. That's how they met. That's what they liked to do together, and it was definitely a family affair. And I felt as though they introduced me to it. I didn't fall in love with it right away. It's very hard, and I was involved in other sports first, but absolutely, fell in love with it, and thank them very much for introducing me.
When did you get hooked?
I probably got hooked midway through high school. Yeah, I had a little bit of success without much, effort and work at it, and I thought, whoa, if I really work at this, maybe I could get pretty good. So. Yeah.
Well, you won the state championship, didn't you?
I did, my sophomore year, and I feel like I accidentally won that because I think there were better players in the field, but my score was the lowest at the end of the day, so it worked out, and that really kind of spurred everything on. I started working at it a little more seriously then.
And then you went to some college someplace. What was
Yeah,
that?
the Ohio State University.
Did you follow Meg Mallon, or did she follow you?
I followed her for sure, and she left right before I got there, and the coach that recruited me there, he was definitely rebuilding, and I hadn't played a whole lot of golf outside of Michigan, so he knew my family. He had been the assistant pro at Orchard Lake, so he knew my family. He knew that I was probably gonna keep improving, and brought me down to Ohio State, and just fell in love with it, and yeah.
Well, they have a pretty good program there.
They did have a great program. Jack Nicklaus, some guy named Jack Nicklaus went there. Meg Mallon, Rosie Jones. I mean, I followed a lot of great players there, and steadily improved while I was there. I wouldn't say I was a strong player when I got there. We had a very young team, so I got to play a lot right away, and that was a huge plus for me. So,
and then you went to turn pro when you?
I did. I kept improving every year. It wasn't really a dream of mine. It kind of evolved, and by my last year there, my dad and I had a discussion, and I thought I would probably go into teaching. I was a phys ed major. I thought I would go teach and play amateur golf in the summer, and I thought, I just keep getting better, so I'm gonna give it a shot, and we worked it out, and he gave me 4 years, with some help and financially on the Futures Tour and to get better, and then I got my card that 4th year for the LPGA.
Do you think he regretted not turning pro himself?
I do a little bit. I do. It was different times though, and the money was not
So
there,
different. Yes.
and Jack was so good that I think a lot of people, in that, even able to be talked about in the same room with Jack Nicklaus, really maybe shied away because he was winning all the time and the money was different, the payouts, and it wasn't as well respected back then. My grandfather just thought, no, you're going to stay amateur. You're going to, and come to work for me. So
Like Bob Jones.
yeah, exactly.
But you did go on tour and played on the Symmetry Tour?
I
Won
did.
there?
It's now called the Symmetry. It was the Futures when I went out there, and I won 4 events out there and had many top 10 finishes, and really got comfortable out there and felt I belonged, and got out to the LPGA and did all right out there. It's a different ball game once you get out there, and never quite broke through out there. It was kind of considered more of a fringe player, and wasn't one of the top players, but playing with them, it was the best experience, and I wouldn't change it for a second. It was a great experience.
Well, now you've become kind of a state dominator.
Well, these state opens are really becoming something, because the tour has become so international, and I think these state opens really have the right idea, and the Michigans, it was first of all just residents and players from Michigan, and now it's opened, and that was a gift last year. That I was not going up there expecting to win that, but that it all came together, so that was fun.
Well, terrific, Suzy, and a very welcome, big welcome to the Michigan Golf Hall
Thank
of
you
Fame.
very much. It's an honor. It
Thank
truly
you.
is. Thank you.
Yep.